Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? You good? I hope you're genki. Okay, today's review is Ultimate X-Men issue 10. That's right, she's made it to issue 10. Writer and artist Peach Momoko with translation by Zach Davison. I've got the main cover and I've got the Now Fuji winter holiday variant on the right there. Very cute. I love the way they're all sat around the kotatsu, or in the kotatsu, the heated table, and they're having osechi ryori, the traditional Japanese New Year's food. Great cover, very cute. Okay, now let's talk about this issue. I've got to say, I'm still enjoying Ultimate X-Men, although I would say this is not the greatest issue. There's a lot in this issue that's going on. There's a lot happening. Left me quite confused at times. There's almost too much going on, to be honest, but I'm still finding this more enjoyable, personally, than the other Ultimate titles. I know, controversial, right? But hey, I've always had that Japanese bias. I do enjoy Peach Momoko's work. I really like her art, even though it seems to get quite a bit of criticism from some people. Not sure why. Yes, this isn't, traditional X-Men. It's its own thing. It's set in, as it's called, Hi-no-Kuni, which is their version of the land of the rising sun, Japan in this universe. A lot of the main characters are all female, but I've got no problem with that. I'm just enjoying the ride, and I'm enjoying some of Peach Momoko's horror, which comes out at times, and we get that in this issue. There's a scene in here, man, it shocked me. I was like, no way. Not that it's gory, nothing like that. It's just what Momoko does, what she did with one of the characters and the powers. Man, it's really, these powers have consequences in this series, in this issue as well. So yeah, I enjoyed that about it. But as I say, it's a little bit all over the place, even though, it's its own thing. It's very interesting. So it's hard to pick a score. I'm going to go, you know what I'm like, Mr. Positive. Yeah, I know, right? I know. But for a score out of 10, I would say story-wise, it's about a 6 because it's so confusing and at times I'm not sure what's going on. But there are still, good moments in here. But art-wise, I really like it, so let's give it a 6.5. It's hard. It sounds bad, but it's not. 6.5 is a positive score, but it's just too confusing for me. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to lose readers or if it has lost readers. We'll have to see how it goes. But I'm just glad that we've got this title. It's, as I say, it feels very, very original. It's very Peach Momoko. It's basically Marvel's version of a manga, I've heard some great comments from people saying that why don't they release this as a manga style? The first few pages in colour, the rest in black and white. Do it maybe once a month, but I don't know, would it work once a month with more pages? That's probably going to be too difficult for Momoko to do. But yeah, maybe have it coming out, once every 2 months as like a double-sized issue, like in the tankobon, in the manga format. That might be awesome, but I'm waffling, I'm rambling. Let's get on with our look inside the book. Let's start with a quick catch-up. I'm reading from the second paragraph. Unrest in Hi-no-Kuni, the land of the sun, has exploded ever since images of a human body in a suitcase went viral on social media. The body bore an unusual mark that connected it to the cult of superpowered mutants called Children of the Atom, led by the zealous Maester, who secretly works for Viper. Hot on the cult's trail is a group of high schoolers, Hisako Ichiki, Armor, Mei Igarashi, Maystorm, and Nico Minoru, whose friends Natsu and Mori are unwilling cult members. Hisako's got her own troubles with social media after images of her mutant abilities went viral, linking her to a rash of mysterious suicides that claimed the lives of the bullies who tormented her childhood friend Tsubasa. That's the catch-up. Now, let's dive into the issue. Even though this is set in Hi-no-Kuni, the Ultimate Universe name for Japan, we open to a very familiar scene. There's a crowd gathered outside someone's house with got signs saying, "Mutants, get out! Monster, get out of town!" Inside the house, the children of the family are scared. We hear their names, Mio, Ritsu, it'll be okay. Their mum's peeping through the window. The mother tells her oldest child, Mio, to show them what she can do. "No, you can't make me." Her younger brother's crying. When suddenly we see some kind of strange sonic power emanating from him. The little boy's called Ritsu, not sure who it is, but we can see the reaction by the crowd outside the window. And what's interesting, and this happens like throughout the issue, the the people outside, they're kind of coloured grey. Isn't that weird? So you got this contrast between the mutants who are in colour and the people, the protagonists or the people who are attacking them. They're kind of grey or they're in muted colours. Not sure what Peach Momoko is trying to suggest with this, but it's interesting. It's a very interesting visual note. Then we see a group of hooded figures listening to a broadcast on their phones. It's the Maester talking about, "My children of the atom, we've suffered too long. Together our strength is power. In power we have strength. It's only the beginning, as revealed in the Testament of X. We will show the world that it is we who are superior." "Does that mean we're going to war? I'm scared," says one of the figures. "Don't worry, this is what we've been training for." Then we see another group of reporters who are outside the house. What they call, "It's believed the so-called children of the atom have been hiding here. They're coming out." And again we've got this contrast in the colours, can you see? "Is it true you're mutant terrorists? Take off your robes, what are you hiding?" When suddenly they do, they strip off the robes and come charging and attack the reporters. I like this scene by Momoko, it's really kind of fluid, you get the feeling of movement, action, pretty cool scene and some interesting looking mutants there. What do you think? Okay, then we switch scenes to Hisako's house. It's a kind of typical Japanese house in it could be a city anywhere. There's somebody at the door, they go to see who it is. There are 3 people outside asking, "Is Hisako Ichiki at home?" They've come to ask Hisako some questions. "Hisako, what do you know about the 3 boys on the middle school basketball team?" Hisako's mother is angry and tells them to leave. "Do you have any idea what it's like to lose a child?" says one of the women. "My son would never take his own life. Hisako, you must know something. Tell me." She looks desperate. Then one of the mothers, she accuses Hisako of being one of the children of the atom. "You killed my son!" And then something really weird happens. Her mum shouts, "Hisako, call the police." As she's on the telephone, we see these 3 large, weird, grey faces or figures behind Hisako. They start talking to the women outside. "Mum, you got no clue. You think we were your perfect little babies. Do you want to know what we did to Tsubasa?" Now Tsubasa, that's a reference to the child, the boy in the basketball club who originally was presumed to have self-deleted, but it's not clear whether he did or didn't. And this gets expanded on in this story. But I've no idea what these grey figures or shapes are, where they're coming from. It's not Hisako who's like projecting them as far as I know, because she's armour, she's got this red armour power, which you'll see in a minute. Then we see Hisako looking at her omamori, which is the little red thing she's holding. That's supposedly what she thinks is the origin of her powers. And then the mother is saying, "Show, my boy?" She seems to recognise one of those weird grey figures, those faces. "We'll show you," it says. And then we see this hand, this giant hand, grab the mother. "Show, please stop." One of the other mothers runs away screaming, "It's a monster." And then Hisako seems to see Tsubasa, the child that we're talking about, behind her in that grey figure shape. But her mum grabs her and she loses contact with whatever it is. "What are you doing?" screams her mum. And then we see it seems to be Hisako that's doing it. What? I'm not sure. I'm totally lost here. I don't know what's going on. She appears to be using her armor power to grab one of the mothers, but a minute ago it was this grey, this weird grey creature, whatever it was, the grey hand had her. Consider me confused. Her mum's scolding her here like, "What was that? Hisako, what was that red aura? Did you do that?" Then we get a scene shift with this really cool panel. I don't know what it's meant to be. It's like a grey whirlpool, a weird pattern. Great painting by Momoko. It's Kageyama, the Shadow King, on the left, and Noriko Ashida, Surge, on the right. "You cut your hair," she replies. "You lost weight." And he appears to have, because it was a bit of a fatty at the beginning of the series. Wait a minute, can I say that on YouTube?
How dare you!
It looks like she's been reading news reports of the weird attack by the children of the atom on the reporters. She's saying, "Lots of stuff going on. You see, Kageyama? Those dummies actually believe the Meister." "I guess. So what, Ashida?" he replies. "So, you want to join the party?" "Maybe it's time." And then we see that he's been looking at this, whatever it is, weird doll. It's got that same spiralling image. Is that the mark of the children of the atom? Then we switch scenes again. We're in one of the girls' bedrooms. She's still in bed. And we hear her mother's voice saying, Natsu, did you hear the master's revelation? I don't care, leave me alone. Oh, Natsu, don't be like that. After all your troubles, we finally found a place that accepts you. The master even says you're superior. Superior, my ass. Look at her eyes here. We can see one eye is red, or orange anyway. The other eye is normal colour. Is this the Ultimate X-Men's version of Cyclops, but just with one eye? One eye that's got the power? Natsu, don't make me come in there. She's trying to open the door. It's obviously locked. Then we see a red flash and there's a hole in the door. Great scene there. We can see looking through the hole, there's Natsu. She's up. She's got like her face is pointing at the door. One of the eyes is red. Then we see it from her perspective. There's smoke rising from the hole in the door. Her mother is furious. Don't you dare use your optic blasts on me. After all I've done for you, you're still a failure. Natsu lets loose a blast again and we see another hole. It's just below the first one in the door. Then she's opening the door, calling her mum's name. We look down. Oh my god, holy shit! Has she killed her? Mum! She cries out her mum's name. We can see smoke rising from a hole in her mum's face. Her left eye is gone. She tells her mum to get up, but she's not going anywhere. She cries her mum's name and a blast flies out from her eye again. Make me stop. Tell me I'm a failure, like you always do. Mum! And then that image, mamma mia, that image of her mum, like her body is peppered with smoking holes. Jesus, I can see the horror side of Peach Momoko's art here, her storytelling. That was dark, man. It really surprised me. So it looks like Natsu here has just killed her mum, whether it was, out of anger or just out of frustration, accidental. What do you think? In the next scene, we catch up with Fujiwara, the maester. He's been bollocked. He's been scolded by someone on the phone. I think it's Viper calling him. What are you playing at? She's screaming. He replies that it's nothing to do with him. He didn't do anything. He didn't say anything. You're telling me your mind-controlled, mind-conditioned army decides to act on their own for no reason? I swear, I don't know what's happening. Then she threatens him with removal. If you have no value, our deal will be dissolved. Consider this your final chance. Deliver what you promised. Damn it! He tosses the phone and then we see him drinking something. It appears to be blood. Yes, he says there, blood. I need power. And on the little bottle is marked 107 with an X on it. Then we get a scene here where the reporters are interviewing some of the children of the Atom, asking, in light of the recent attacks, why should we not be afraid of you? They reply that it wasn't us and it was in self-defense. They have a right to defend themselves. The reporters continue, asking about rumours of human experimentation. It's science, not experimentation. Why not make people better? Maester taught us to live in peace but prepare for war. He said the time would come when the righteous would need to rise up against the unworthy to save the earth. Now, that time has come. Then here we see the Maester going out to greet the reporters. He talks about the children of the Atom being peaceful. We've nothing to do with those doing evil in our name. He's condemning the actions of what he's saying are rogue operators. We must all stand together against the encroaching darkness. The end is nigh. Okay, then we switch scenes to Nico's apartment. Hisako is coming to visit. Nico's asking, how's May? What's going on right now? I don't know, says Hisako. She hasn't replied to my text. Oh, Mori, you're here too. Mori's the little girl with the weird rabbit ears hat. She's a friend of Natsu's. Mori's worried about Natsu because she's had a text from her saying, I hurt someone again. My mum. I can't see you anymore because I don't want to hurt anyone else. Hisako saying, what does she mean again? And then we hear from Nico. I just heard the story from Mori. Apparently Natsu did something to a classmate. Then the classmate died soon after. A tragic accident, but Natsu blames herself. Yep, I'm completely confused here. It's getting more and more complicated. Don't know what's going on, but you know what? I'm enjoying the art, I'll say that much. Nico starts packing a bag. It's past time to take matters into our own hands. Are you going to school? asks Hisako. No, I'm going to find Natsu. Let's go, says Mori. Then the scene switches to the abandoned office of the Children of the Atom. We see somebody, a shadowy figure, is breaking in. They find a box of masks, pick up one of the masks and start to put it on. And then with the last panel is a close-up of the mask. What is it meant to signify? Who is it meant to be? If you have any idea, let me know in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're still here, I salute you, as usual. Thanks so much for watching, I really appreciate it. Do let me know what you think of the review of this series if you're reading it, what you think of Peach Momoko's take on the Ultimate X-Men universe. As I say, I'm still enjoying it, I'm here for the ride. It's probably, for me, the most interesting Marvel comic out there right now. Okay, do drop a comment, and if you're not subscribed, come on. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you to join the Wakizashi Teahouse Dojo. Shout out to all the members. You guys and girls rock. And I hope to see you in a future video. Matane.